Hello, Chuck Allred here, and I wanted to take a minute to say some thank yous and give some updates on how I'm going to be distributing my arrangements that I make through the sheet music and the tabulature, as well as the tutorial videos that I make as well. I've made some big changes to how those are distributed. But before I get to that, I wanted to just take a minute to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who has communicated with me one way or another through the internet, through YouTube, or through my website, or through my Patreon page. So this is everyone who is a subscriber, anyone who's liked a video or commented on a video, anyone who's contacted me through my website for one reason or another, anyone who's a patron on my Patreon page. It really doesn't go unappreciated, and as an artist, that type of feedback it's just the best type of reward. I'm not a person who is supported financially through the work that you do online. So that being the case, there needs to be some other type of motivation, for you to keep going with your channel and the things that you do. Mine has always been to, share the work that I do with people, hopefully for some entertainment, for some enjoyment, and also to provide ways for you all to participate in playing this music that I work on, and maybe opening up some avenues for you that aren't there yet, for you to explore and call your own, and really just use to grow, like, as a person in general. So when I hear back from people with their appreciation or their gratitude or their compliments, it really just means the world to me. So you might not know that's the case unless I told you. So that's why I'm telling you right now. Thank you so much. I'm so fortunate to have a wonderful and amazing wife who is very, very supportive of me. And I do have some people that are dear to me that are very supportive. And outside of that close network, I've been most impacted by people who are strangers online, who say very nice things, and who support me in that way. So just wanted to show my gratitude to you all. Thank you for all the requests that people give, and sorry for the ones that I can't get to, but I'm just if I was like a really good guitar player, I could just churn these arrangements out, kind of make it in a day, work on it for a day or two, and then record it. No big deal, but my processes take much longer, like weeks, sometimes months. So, thank you for your patience if you have a request. And sorry if you've requested and I haven't gotten to your request, or if I won't in the end get to your request. But by this point, I've made so many arrangements that people have requested that I would have never thought to try, and that I only looked at because I thought, well, someone was a subscriber or a commenter, and they asked me to do this one, so I'll look at it. And then a lot of those are some of the most enjoyable arrangements that I've made. So if it weren't for your requests, I would have never got to experience that. So anyway, I'll move on, but just wanted to express my gratitude and say, for everyone that's reached out and interacted with me thank you. I really appreciate it. It keeps me going as an artist and makes me feel very good. Which is the way I hope to make you feel with the work that I do. Okay, so after that, I wanted to kind of keep you updated on a couple of big changes that I've made as far as distributing some learning materials that I make. Okay, so whenever I make an arrangement, I make the sheet music and the tablature, and then I do a step-by-step tutorial video, and then sometimes like another lesson video aside from that, if there's something else that I think would be kind of cool to talk about, something musical or something theoretical or something that I kind of have to discuss and can't really show you in a step-by-step process, but something that I think is important that I think you should, think about and try out and kind of decide what you want to do with it. Previously, on my website, I had all of my arrangements up for free, and I've made a change to that, just a slight change. So when I make these arrangements, it does take a lot of work, and putting them out there for free never bothered me. In fact, I preferred it that way. As an artist, you don't really think like logically about a lot of things, and I've always thought if someone has the ability to play a piece, they have earned the right to own that piece of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can play something, you should deserve to have it. Or if you are committed to working yourself to a point where you can play something, then I think you deserve to have it. So that's why I had all my arrangements up for free. What I found was there was an interaction step that I was missing. And after a period of, I don't know, like a couple of years maybe, it really started to make me think. If you put something up and someone pays for it, then that payment might symbolize a few things that you might not get if it wasn't there, such as some type of I guess gratitude, if you look at it that way, and then some type of commitment, right? If people are going to sacrifice the dollar amount, well, they won't do that unless they really want to have the product, and they're going to use it one way or another, most likely, right? So I found myself a little bit unfulfilled and just, people just kind of whizzing by, downloading these arrangements, and me never hearing anything from them. And so I had to make a change. I didn't want to ask for your money because I don't want your money. I want you to keep it, and do something better with it. So I came up with this system of good deeds. So now all these arrangements I make are called good deeds arrangements, and it works like this. I still have the arrangements listed on my website that I have available, except you can't just go by and click them and download them anymore. First, you must do a good deed. And I have this all listed out as well, but basically, you could just do something nice for somebody. You could support an artist that you know. You could support me. I'm an artist, and I have that on there. You could share a video or become a patron on my Patreon page, which I'll get to next. Or I don't know, appreciate or support an artist really in any kind of way. Or, you could just do something nice for somebody. You could help a random stranger. You could just be nice to someone that you know and love. Like, if you live with your parents, you could tell them how you love and appreciate them for, letting you live with them. Or you could tell your spouse the same thing. You appreciate what they do, or a coworker, or a friend. It doesn't have to be like you spend a week in a third world country, doing all this, hands-on, really good service. I mean, that would be fantastic. But that's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for just a basic, conscious decision to do something nice for somebody when you don't have to. And there's no other reward for you except one of my arrangements. So, all you have to do is do one of those things. Write me, tell me what it is, and I send you the arrangement. That simple. And I've enjoyed this process so far. I first put it up as a voluntary thing. I had all of the arrangements still available to click on and download. But I said, if you click on one of these, you agree to do one of these good deeds. And I was pretty surprised to find that no one participated in the system. And by no one, I mean 0% of people who visited the page participated in the system. Actually made me very sad. And when it got to 300, because I have a counter at the bottom, so when it got to 300 views from when I started the system, and I had not got one response, I decided to take all the arrangements off the page and just say, if you do a good deed, tell me what it is, and then I'll email it to you. And since then, you still wouldn't believe how many people just look at the page and don't do anything. It's like it's not worth their time. And I guess maybe they didn't want the arrangement that much after all. If they're not willing to even, say something nice to somebody so they can honestly say that they, they pay the price for the arrangement. But since I made it mandatory to get an arrangement, I've got some really cool responses from people, and it's what I was missing as far as giving out the arrangements without compensation. I think this will fill that gap. So that's just kind of an explanation on the process. In order for me to keep doing this, I have to make sure it's very fulfilling. And I have to make sure that I feel like I'm contributing as much as I can to this world that we live in, right? That's just all kinds of messed up. So I think this accomplishes a lot of those things. So I'm going to keep it in place, and any arrangement that I make from here on out until further notice will be a good deeds arrangement. And I had someone ask me, do I mind if they copy my system for when they start making arrangements? And I said, oh, of course not. Of course I don't mind. I think it would be totally fantastic if more people did things like this. It is like the honor system, but I don't have a problem with that either. If someone is going to lie in order to get an arrangement, then they have to live with that. So that doesn't bother me whatsoever. So anyone that wants to join me in charging good deeds for things, please do. That would be fantastic. So that's that. The last thing I want to mention is I now have a Patreon page. I never really thought I would say that sentence because I have very mixed feelings about Patreon. I think it's for those of you who don't know what Patreon is, it's like this. You make a Patreon page and you offer things on your page, like a video or a document or whatever it may be, and people, they become a patron and they give you a certain amount of dollars per month. It's like a subscription thing, and you set that amount. So they sign up, they pay you a certain amount of dollars per month, and then they get access to your content, okay? I think it's a cool system by the guys that made it. The reason why I have mixed feelings about it is because, just like anything, it gets abused. And a lot of times I've seen it used basically as just people asking for money. The same way that when I'm driving my car, there will be people on the side of the road asking me for money. So I always kind of thought I never want to ask people for money. The reason why I decided to start my own page is so I can distribute my lesson and tutorial videos in a manner that's the most fair I could think of. I don't really have the time to make a tutorial video or a lesson video for all of my arrangements for free because I can't afford to do it. At the same time, charging, I do offer video lessons on my website, but even charging something like $30 or something for one video or help with one arrangement, it just didn't seem right. If you do get a video lesson, the one-on-one comments and interaction is what you pay for. In other words, what pertains to you in particular that maybe I can help you with, or maybe we can think about together. But this is the best way that I could think of that would be cheap for you, still accessible, and that would allow me to still afford to be able to make these tutorials and churn them out. So here's how it works. Patreon is set up with like tiers and levels and membership benefits and stuff. That's what they want you to do, and I don't do any of that. I'm not interested in exclusive benefits or levels of membership. Mine is set up for one type of membership. It's a $5 per month fee, and that's it. If you pay $5, you get access to 100% of the content, which is going to be every step-by-step tutorial, every lesson I've ever made, and now also to kind of sweeten the pot, I am putting up technique videos up there. Basic beginner videos, like if you're starting brand new on guitar and you don't know where to start, I can help you out with that. Basic issues like how to tune, how to stay in tune. Practice technique videos if you want to get better and you don't want to sit there by yourself and saw away. You can practice with me at all different kind of levels of playing. So just the $5 per month membership fee covers all of that, and that's about as fair as I thought I could make it. So you won't find any more of my tutorials or lessons on YouTube. They are all on my Patreon page. And if you would like a video like on something that I haven't done, then just ask me and I'll make it. Sooner or later, as soon as I can. But if it was something like, hey, can you make a video on basic guitar chords? Yeah, sure. Of course. I'm very sensitive to your needs, and especially if you become a patron. Absolutely. So it's set up for you to use, not to pay me $5 a month for the rest of your life, but if you pay the $5, let's say there's a piece you want to learn, like the Periphery medley that I made, or Adventure Time, Everything Stays, or Slow Dance with You, or something, and you're like, I just want to learn this piece. Pay the $5. You have a whole month to view that tutorial, work on it. Okay, hopefully by then you'll have the information that you need, and then if you want, you can just get on out. You don't have to keep subscribing if you don't need it. If after that month you're like, well, I still need the tutorial, then pay $5 for another month. Okay, maybe by the end of that month you won't need it anymore, and then you can kind of get out, and then you're only out $5 or $10. You can use the tutorial as much as you need to, and I've gotten some compensation for offering these things. So it's a system that I'm happy with for now. I don't plan on doing any membership levels or anything, And I'm very passionate about the guitar, about music, about learning, about how to do different things and think about different things, because it's been the best example that I have found for like growing and evolving as a person, because I'm not real good at that. So I need like really clear, plain examples in front of me. Like, starts here, changes, and now it becomes this. And that's what music does for me. So I want music to do that for you too. So I want to create this system where we can work together and be committed to growing and evolving. So that's why I have on my Patreon page, if you pay the $5 per month, then you become a guitar head. And as a guitar head, those are all the benefits that you'll receive, all the videos. And then you can join me in this process of growing through the guitar, growing through music, changing yourself, and learning how to be better. And then maybe if you're like me, you can try and apply it to other things where you thought you couldn't apply it there before. Maybe you can find ways. So that's the whole kind of community type of system that I'm after. One where we can work together. I can help you as much as I can. You can interact with me as well, and we can all grow together. So I do encourage you to become a guitar head. Not really because I want your money. Although, if you give me the $5, I'll only use it towards the same type of work that I'm already doing. But I want you to be a guitar head so that we can help each other through this process. We can commit to improving and learning new things, and just having so much fun. Even these videos I put up where I'm practicing scales and stuff, it's so much fun. It's more fun than you would believe. I promise. So I don't want to leave that out. Okay, I think that's probably all I have to say. So thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to know about or discuss, please let me know one way or the other through a YouTube comment, or you can contact me on my website. Okay, best of luck, and have a wonderful day.